Happy New Year. All right. Hi, guys. We're getting started. This is our very first vision board party for Heart and Body Naturals for 2023. Super excited to get this thing going. My name's Landy Martin. I'm a Ruby director here, and I'm going to be your host today, along with the one and only amazing mentor leader, Chuck Holmes, who's going to be going over our new leadership bonus. Just another way to make money and get paid here at HBN. So I think a lot of you guys are going to be excited to hear about this and be able to set goals around this new thing that we're doing. Let me get off Facebook. It's always making noise, y'all. Sorry. Okay, done. All right. So we're also going to be doing the vision board today. And what we're going to do is probably just unmute, or we can either mute or I can play music if you want. But how I did mine, I have like 4 main categories, and I just taped 4 pieces of paper together. But you could do a poster board or whatever. And the categories I did were health and wellness. And then I have a category for career, business, or financial. And then one for relationship, family, and friendships. And another one for spirituality. Now you can pick your categories. You can do like 3 or 5, or Michelle can explain how she does hers. She kind of just gets inspirational quotes, pictures, and puts them on the board. But that's kind of what we're going to be working on today. And we're just going to work on each category for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. So we don't like take too long doing this. If anything, we want to get started. You can kind of focus on your HBN goals, and then we can finish them up on our own. So, okay, so I think without further ado, we need to go ahead and introduce our amazing leader, Chuck Holmes, who is a 500K, had to think, 500K Ruby director. He's my mentor in upline. He's just an amazing person with a lot of integrity. I've worked with him now for, we've been at HBN, I know about 3.5 years, and I worked with Chuck for about a year before that. So we've worked together for a long time. Amazing individual, very knowledgeable. I can't think of anyone better in the company to explain this new leadership bonus. And so, Chuck, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you, and then you can share your screen, I think.
Awesome. Thank you, Landy, and welcome everyone. Happy New Year. Look at all these smiling faces. If you ain't smiling, now is your time. I can see you. I'm just going to scroll through here. I want to see who's showing their pearly whites. There's got to be a couple of y'all. All right. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you had a great, safe night. I hope 2022 was a good year. Actually, I hope it was a great year, but I hope 2023 is your year in all aspects of your life, not just the business. Like Landy said, your health, your relationships, your spirituality, your family, and whatever else might be important to you. So just to clarify, I'm like this close to 500K. The yellow you see on my finger, I was testing some gold. So they makes your fingers turn yellow, but I'm not quite, but I'm like this close. So I just want to throw that out there, not get any credit for something I haven't quite done yet, but we're almost there, hopefully this month or next month. So I am very excited today to talk to you about something that corporate just released. And what I'm going to do here, Landy, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see the screen? All right. So we have a couple slides to go through. I'm also going to do a Q&A. I'm going to try to keep this short, but if you have a question, now really is the time for you to ask it, because some of this is a little bit confusing at first, but once you get it, you're going to get it. So let's start with the 90-day challenge. This is something that our team is putting on. It's not offered by corporate. It's for the HBN Rockstar team. And what a 90-day challenge is for the new people, it's where you do 5 or 10 times more than you normally would for a very short period of time. So you take a 3-month window and you basically go all in with your HBN business. To clarify, that doesn't mean you work at 8, 10, 12 hours a day, but it means an hour or 2 hours a day, you are focused on the income producing activities, and you're doing a lot more than you would normally do in your business. And the purpose of a 90-day challenge is to create that rapid growth and momentum in your business. Of course, you can't maintain that 90-day pace outside of about 90 days. You are going to burn out, which is why it's designated at 90 days. And then you resort to a normal, steady pace that is manageable and doable. And if you talk to just about anybody who's made a significant amount of money in our industry, they will credit their success, or a large part of it, to doing at least one 90-day challenge, and normally 2, sometimes 3 in their career with one company. So this is 100% optional. You don't have to do this, but if you're here to make money, if you're a customer, this probably doesn't apply to you. But if you're trying to create a full-time income, or at least create a significant income, this is something you want to do either now or at least at some point in the future in your business. So this is how it works. It's 100% optional. It's 100% free. It's where you, over a period of 90 days, it starts on January 5th. It ends on April 4th. I counted it out. That's 90 days. What you're going to do is you're going to simply join our chat. We have a little secret chat on Facebook. You're going to submit your goals and your daily mode of operation. I have an example on the next slide I'll share with you. You're going to work your business 1 to 2 hours a day and make a minimum 5 exposures per day. Now, I can be brutally honest, almost 100% of the people in our industry do not make 5 exposures a day. So by doing this, you will be at least in the top 1% of people who are getting after it in their business. So you make at least 5 exposures per day. You can do that however you want to, by phone, by email, by text, in person. However, you pick how you want to do it. And then what you're going to do once a day in our chat, you're just going to post a quick summary of your day, how it went, what you did, how many people you reached out to, what went right, what went wrong. You're going to finish the entire 90 days. Most people won't, but if you finish the entire 90 days, I can guarantee your business will be better than it was when you started the 90 days. And finally, just support and encourage other people in the challenge. So if you want to join this, you can reach out to Landy or myself. We will invite you to our chat. On this next slide right here, these are just the goals that I set. The only thing I took off this slide was my income goal, because I normally don't like to talk about money much when I do any kind of training. But these are my goals and my daily mode of operations for my business, not to overwhelm anyone or think you have to do this much. This is just what I'm doing, and this will give you a template. You can replace any activity that you're doing with what I'm doing, and you can have your own goals in summary. So really simply, my goal is to enroll 900 people or 90 who order. My ratio, because I do cold market, about 1 in 10 that I sign up orders. So I know my goal is to sign up 1 person per day who orders. That's a lot, folks. All right. I might not hit this goal, but I'm going to do my best to get there. You do not have to set a goal this aggressive. This is just my goal. Doesn't have to be yours. I just want to clarify that. I'm doing my business 3 hours a day. I typically like to work at nighttime. That's the most productive time for me. And I'm going to do this 6 days per week. I think everybody should take at least 1 day off a week for their faith or their family, or just to keep your sanity, especially if you're grinding hard and working hard. And I have a budget of $1,000 per month for my business because I do paid ads. Once again, this might not apply to every single person on this call, but use this as a template. What you'll see here below is my routine of what I'm going to do in the 3 hours. Just replace anything I have there with what you're doing. But this is a good template you can use as a baseline for yourself. So if this appeals to you after everything that we said, reach out to myself or Landy on Facebook. We will invite you to the chat. I have this posted in there. All you have to do is private message me your information. And what I'm doing is I'm putting together a little booklet for everybody who participates in it. And we're going to document it. And I'm going to give everybody a copy of it when we're done. It's going to be really cool. And you can use that actually as a marketing tool in your business, showing people what's possible in 90 days in their business. Pretty cool. That takes us to something I'm really excited about. And this is something that corporate just announced. Like, I learned about it like on December 31st. And we've been working through it with corporate last night and today. This is a temporary thing. This is not a change to the compensation plan. In fact, there's 0 changes to the compensation plan. So please do not worry about that. This is a temporary promotion that corporate is doing for the next 90 to 120 days. It is the purpose of it is to drive engagement. It's to get people working. It's to get people doing things daily, to set some goals, and to be accountable, which really are some of the key indicators in success here. So this is how it works. All you do, if you want to participate, once again, it's free and it's optional. You log into your back office today, ideally on a computer, but you can do it on your phone. You take a snapshot of your back office where it shows your personal group volume. That is on the right-hand side of your screen. If you get on with a computer or a tablet, you'll see in that right column under your number of cycles for the month, number of executives, you'll see their PGV, which stands for personal group volume. You're going to want to write those 2 numbers down. Your left personal group volume for the month of December and your right personal group volume for the month of December. This is going to be your baseline, and you're going to see on the next slide where you're going to fill this out. What you're doing, how this leadership bonus works, is it's based off a growth goal. So you look at those 2 numbers. Let's say your left volume was 500 last month and your right volume was 1,000 last month. You're going to set a growth goal. So on that example, maybe your growth goal is to grow your team by 500 points this month over last month. with your PGV. So what you're going to do, you're going to set that goal. You're going to write it on the form, which you'll see on the next slide on there. And then you're going to pick a mentor. It should be your first immediate plugged in upline. For most people, it's your sponsor. But if your sponsor is not doing this, I would tell you it should be the first person in your upline who is doing this leadership challenge. That's the easiest way to do it. So if your sponsor is not doing it, find out if their sponsor is doing it. If they're not doing it, find out if their sponsor is doing it. And then when you get to the first sponsor in your upline that's doing it, that's who you should really have as your mentor. That's the smartest way to do this. You're going to fill out the worksheet. We have to email this to corporate by the 5th, which I believe is Wednesday, but it's the 5th of the month. And how it works is 80% of your growth, no more than 80% of your growth can come from one leg. So if you set a goal of 1,000 new points, you want to have 1,000 new points. That means you need to maintain at least 200 points of growth in one leg, 800 points in another leg. It can't be 1,000 points all coming from one leg, because we got to build both legs here. This is teaching us how to build the binary the right way. If you exceed your goal, you're going to simply get paid on your goal amount. So this is how the money works. Let's say you set a goal to grow by 5,000 points. That's an aggressive goal. That's what my personal goal is. Your number probably shouldn't be that big unless you have a massive organization. You want a goal that stretches you a little bit out of your comfort zone, but not something that's unrealistic that you're never going to hit. So I like to tell people 15 to 30% of your total volume. That's an aggressive but doable growth goal. Probably closer to the 20% out of that number of your total volume is a realistic goal. And if anybody needs help setting a goal, you can ask myself or Landy or Michelle or anybody who's doing this, and we will help be your voice of reason, whether or not your goal is realistic or maybe you need to tune it down. What corporate's going to do is they're going to pay you, if you hit your goal, they're going to pay you a 10% bonus based off your growth goal. So if you had a goal of 10,000 new points, you're going to get an extra $1,000 in addition to all the other compensation that we get paid, which is really, really, really exciting. So worst case scenario, you set a goal, you don't hit it. Guess what? You're still going to make money because you're still doing the activities you should be doing. You're still going to get that star bonus, the binary, the matrix, all those other things. So this is really teaching people to do the right behavior. Everyone who's trying to make money here should do this challenge. Whether they hit their goal or not is nothing to be ashamed of. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. And like I said, even if you come up a little bit short, your organization's still going to be bigger. Your check's still going to be bigger, whether you get that 10% or not. So this is what the form looks like. I will post this link in the Facebook group when we're done this call today. This is the link where you can download it. This is the leadership bonus. And all you do is you fill in your name, your ID number, today's date, who your mentor is, and then you check right there, right under your name, you can see those two boxes. This says, I am not participating in the mentoring team, or I am. And this is because we also have a mentoring pool in addition to the leadership pool. So you can do this pool, even if you have no one to mentor. If it's just you, you would click, I am not participating in the leadership mentoring pool. If you have teammates that want to do this with you, then you do want to participate in the leadership mentoring pool. And then what you're going to do in this middle section where the green section is, you're going to write down your previous month's PGV for your left leg, for your right leg, what your goal is, and you're just going to fill that out. And then you're going to email that to support@hbnaturals.com. Once again, I will post this in the Facebook group when we're done. As you get questions, type them in here. I'll come to the questions as soon as I'm done. So this is the leadership bonus form. You can participate in this, even if you don't want to participate in the next one. Everyone trying to make money, in my opinion, should at least go for this. An extra 10% pay on your growth if you hit your goals, pretty good. The second thing that they're offering, and this is actually what I'm more excited about, and if you even have one or two people on your team who are doing anything, this should be your major focus, the mentoring bonus. This is where basically you're locking arms with the people on your team. You're doing the leadership bonus that we just described. You find a couple people on your team that you enrolled ideally, or people that you're their first plugged in upline. What the company is doing is they're offering 100% matching bonus. So as an example, if I'm mentoring Landy, Mike, and Janet, just throwing out names as an example, I help each of them hit their bonus. I help Landy make an extra 1,000. I help Michelle hit 1,000. I help Janet hit 1,000. I help Megan hit 1,000. I'm now going to get a matching $4,000 bonus for helping each of them hit their $1,000 bonus, which is very, very exciting. To me, this should be every leader's focus should be this, and helping as many people as you can hit their goals. That's how we succeed in network marketing. No one does it alone. We're only as good as our team. And if you help people win, you're going to win. So this is how this bonus works. It's optional. You don't have to do this. If you are doing this, you have to participate in the other one, the leadership bonus, the first one we described. And you can participate, you can have unlimited partners. So, but you can only have one mentor. So let's say Landy decides to do this challenge, which I know she's doing. She can only have one mentor, which would be me, her first plugged in upline. In return, though, as her plugged in upline, I can mentor more than one person, just like Landy can mentor more than one person, or anybody on this team can mentor more than one person. I think a good number to shoot for is to mentor between 1 and 5 people. I think that's a good goal. If you have more than that, that's good. But I think that the 2 to 3 is really the sweet spot, because you can spend a lot of time with them. You can help them and you can be very productive. And truthfully, if you can help one person reach their goals and get 100% matching, that's a lot better than trying to help 20 people and no one hits their goals, in my opinion. So pick a number that's doable for you based off your time. And as a mentor, you receive a 100% match when you help people hit their goals. So as an example, if you mentor Joe and Joe earns $1,000 leadership bonus, you get $1,000 mentoring bonus as long as you hit your goal that you set yourself. So really cool. To receive the matching bonus, you must hit your own goal. So obviously you got to put in the work yourself. You can't just cash checks helping other people and not doing anything else yourself. So it's a nice balance. And you must submit your mentoring leadership form by the 5th of the month. Now, last thing I want to add in here before we get to this form is this applies to people who join during the month of January too. So if someone joins mid-month and they want to do this, all they have to do is submit this form within 5 days of joining. If you're already in the company, you have to submit this by the 5th of the month. But if you're new during the month, you have 5 days from the date you join. Make sure your new people understand that. This is the leadership mentoring bonus. It's pretty simple. You've got your name on there. You've got the people you're mentoring, their ID number and their growth goal. And then you're submitting that to corporate through the support@hbnaturals.com. You can get the form right here. I'm going to post both of these forms in the Facebook group. That's all I have for those. I know there's a couple questions. Let me just scroll up real quick. All right, I think I got a couple questions and I'll do this. Yeah, the 90 days is going to be helpful for all of us. So this is 90 to 120 days. I'm not sure if we'll go longer than that. I guess it just depends on how successful it is. That's a corporate decision. What if I have no one now to mentor, but during the time I can get some? Can I change it or should I just say yes? So if you have no one to mentor at this time, you should do the leadership bonus. Now, this starts over every month on the 1st of the month. So maybe, Grace, maybe you don't have someone to mentor this month, but maybe someone who joins in the month of January decides they want to do it. You can then become their mentor. Or if you get someone, then when the month of February rolls around, you can have them fill out their form and do this. But even if you don't have anyone on your team for the mentoring aspect, you should still participate in the leadership aspect and make that extra money. So got that? Okay, got that. How about my form that I send in now, though? Okay, the form you send in now would just be the first form because you're not mentoring anyone. You just fill that out with your name ID and your goals and your PGV, and you'd submit that to corporate, and that's it. Once you get someone to mentor, it would be just like the situation I just explained. What if you don't make your goal? It's okay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Your check's probably still going to go up because you are doing things you should be doing anyway, retailing, recruiting, building your team. I don't even know if I'm going to hit my goal. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my best, but I know that I'll be better off just by going for it, whether I hit my goal or not. So if you do set a goal though, make sure it is realistic. If you're doing 2,000 in volume, don't set a goal of 100,000 in volume or something crazy like that, because it's just going to lead to disappointment. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she's recording, got that. Should they submit to their mentor? What you should do, this is what everybody on this call should do. If you decide you're going to do this, the first thing you should do is call your sponsor. Hey, sponsor, hey, friend, are you doing this leadership challenge? If they say no, you can ask them, would you like to do the leadership challenge with me? If they decide to do it, they're going to be your mentor and you're going to do it. If they don't want to do it, ask them, can I reach out to their sponsor or get with Landy and I, and we'll find the person between you and them, and we'll put you in touch with them so you can have the first plugged in upline in your line of sponsorship. That's really what you want to do. You want to work with ideally the person who enrolled you or the first plugged in upline. Got that? Got that? So the leadership mentor it's permanent for that month. That's a great question. I don't know if it's going to be for every month. I got a feeling it's just for that month. I don't know why it would change though. I mean, unless someone dropped out, but for the most part, once you pick your mentor, you don't really pick your mentor. Your mentor is basically your first plugged in upline. So whoever that is, you're going to fill that out. Got that? Okay. Any other last questions? And I'm done. I tried to go fast. Sorry if I went over, Landy. Got that? And once again, I will post all of this in the Facebook group, the slides, the forms, the links, as soon as this call is done. No, I may phrase it wrong. So, okay. So just to clarify, your genealogy never changes. Your sponsor is your sponsor. Your sponsor is your upline, and so forth. Your mentor for this is your first plugged in upline. For a lot of people, that's going to be your sponsor. If your sponsor fell out or they're just a customer, it's going to be the first person above them that is building a business that is also doing this challenge. If they're not doing this challenge, you really don't want them as your mentor for this challenge. You want someone, the first person in your upline who's doing this challenge, to be your mentor for these forms. Hopefully that makes sense to people because they have a vested interest in helping you succeed. So with that, Landy, Michelle, thank you for your time. I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck. We appreciate you so much for explaining that, breaking it down. Everybody, if questions come up, please just get with your sponsor. They will get you the answer to your question if you have one. Okay, I just want to say something for a second about the importance of visualization. There was a study done, I don't remember when or whatever, but it was done, and they asked these people, a certain amount of people, to visualize or to the first group. What they did is they did a finger exercise where they just did this and they took their finger and they went up and down for an hour. Okay. The second group did nothing. The third group, they asked them to visualize their finger going up and down. And they did that for an hour. They visualized it for an hour a day. The first group, their muscle actually grew 30% in their hand. The second group who did nothing, well, nothing happened. There was no growth. The third group that visualized the finger, their muscle grew 22%. So I just want to tell you that because that's the power of your mind, the power of energy, and the power of visualization. This is like something that literally has science backing it. And vision boards are a very, very effective way to help you visualize your dreams, get them on something that you can look at and see every day and reinforce that in your mind. And you will be amazed at the miracles that happen. I've been doing vision boards now for a couple of years. And, some of the stuff I put on my vision board, almost all of it I've been able to do. So I just keep having to come up with new cool stuff, travel wise, whatever, your goals are, you will be amazed at how they'll manifest and materialize by putting them on your vision board. So I am going to now unmute the one and only 75K Pearl Director, Michelle Marie. She's a great servant leader here, guys. A lot of you know her, really good on product knowledge. My cohort, my co-leader. She is going to just talk for 1 second, not 1 second, to talk for a few seconds about the importance of goal setting and, kind of guide us on where to get started here. And then what we're going to do is just mute out, or I can play music. Who wants music? Just put in the chat and I'll get music going after Michelle if we want that. And we'll do each category for about 3 minutes, and then we will wrap this up. Okay. All right, Michelle, there you go.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay? I'm so excited. Happy New Year, everybody. Chuck, that was awesome, you guys. I am so excited for this new contest that corporate's doing. I'm doing it. I hope everybody else is doing it. I'm just going to cover a few things real quick. Why we goal set. For one, I'm a visual person. I need to see things, which is exactly why we are working on you can call it a vision board, dream board, a do board, what you're going to do, what you're going to focus on. And that's exactly what this does. It helps you focus. It helps increase productivity. It motivates you more. For me, I hang mine right next to where I work every single day, which is kind of in my dining room. It's my office because Jaden's sleeping in the next room over. And I literally will even put up Post-its, like what's my next goal in the next, short-term goal in the next like month or so. Like, what do I want to hit by the end of this month? And I'll even have like little post-its up like in my cabinet or on my medicine cabinet. Like I put it everywhere. I'm a visual person. It also helps keep you accountable. It's accountability. You looking at it every day is a daily reminder. Why are you doing this? Is it for your family? Do you want to, do you want that land? Do you want to vacation more? Do you want to travel more? And for me, like I always do short-term and long-term goals. So, for anybody that's new, if you like have never done this before, if you're new to the industry and you don't know what you want to put for your goals, you can totally think about what you want to do short-term. Do you want to get your product for free? Put that on your board if you're unsure. Do you want to hit the first rank of executive? Put that on your vision board. I do mine a little bit different than Landy. She did the 4 categories. For me, and I don't have magazines. So Landy's using magazines and I just went to the internet. So you can literally just type up some words and print them out. And I have pictures that I'm going to cut out and put on my poster board. And so that's basically it. I'm excited to do this. And Landy, did you have anything else to say that before we get started?
I don't think so. You did a great job of explaining that. Does anybody have any questions before we get started? Just raise your hand if you do. Okay. Awesome. Fun. So basically, guys, you can look stuff up on the internet. Like if health is one of your categories, you can put healthy food. You can print out a picture of somebody who has a body that you aspire to have. Maybe you want an 8-pack and you want to print out some abs. Have no shame. Okay. This is your board. These are your goals. So, put on it what you want to do and what inspires you. Okay. So I'll start some music, and what we'll do is the categories again that I used were health, and then financial, spiritual, and relationships. And we can just work on one category now for about 3 minutes, and I will just turn on some music and we can get started. If you have any questions, just put them in the chat and we will answer them. All right, off we go, guys.
5. Sometimes I'm not sure who I am, even if I'm where I'm supposed to be. Grateful for all of my memories, starting to feel like I need new air. Today is
All right, guys. Now we are ready to go to our second category. And we will set the timer again. Off we go. Okay, guys, we're ready to switch over and focus on another category. And I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. Once again, I have 2 more categories here. Off we go. Whoop, whoop.
I'm never giving up. It's time for me to make a change. Start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the stars. It's time to be. I can make it reality. I'm never giving up. Never giving up. Never giving up. Finding it hard to forget. Just because it's easy to hold on doesn't mean looking for a sense of control. But it's letting my pain find me. It's getting me actually wanna be. It's never too late to change. Let go, never look back. Don't wanna be a prisoner of my past. I'll free my soul. Keep moving forward. Give a sense of me. Focus on the future. Now one night I'll make it count. Step to the past, let go of myself. So free my soul. Keep moving forward. Even when it isn't fun, let go of my silent story. Last time never comes back, so why do I keep playing it in my head? Only dancing away from the joy of who I am today. It's never too late to change. Let go, never look back. Don't wanna be a prisoner of my past anymore. So I'll free my soul. Keep moving forward. Give a sense of me. Focus on the future. Got one life, wanna make it count. Step to the past, let love myself. So I free my soul. Keep moving.
Okay, guys, we're gonna do our last category. Oops, sorry, repeat. Whatever that is for you, I'm doing spirituality next. So, oh, we still have people coming in the meeting. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do our last category now, and then we have a fun thing we're gonna have everybody do when we're done here.
So I'm gonna get and find out who I'm supposed to be. So I'll free my soul. Keep moving forward. Give a sense of me. Focus on the future. Got one life, wanna make it count. Step to the past, let love myself. So free my soul. Keep moving forward. Free my soul. Keep moving forward. Give a sense of me. Focus on the future. Got one night, wanna make it count. Step to the past, tryna love myself.
right, you guys, I am getting my final beeper. So I think it'd be really cool. How many guys put in the chat have done this before? And did you find it challenging? Was it inspiring? I hope it's getting your wheels turning on where you want to see yourself in 2023. And so if we can, I think it'd be really cool. Michelle had a cool idea. Everyone who is willing, if you'll turn your camera on and kind of hold your vision board up. And I think this would be really cool. We can take a snapshot of this and post to our stories. That looks amazing, Janet. Cool. So if anybody wants to go ahead, turn their camera on, and we can get a picture of our vision boards. Awesome. All right, anybody else? I've got me, Janet, and Michelle. Okay. All right, let me see if I can get a picture. Feel free to turn on your camera, even if you just want to, if you don't want to hold your board up, even if you just want to smile and say Happy New Year, we'd love to see your smiling face. Okay, there we go. There's Miss Saley. There's Mr. Seymour. Good to see you guys. There's Chuck Holmes. All right, anyone else want it? Hey, Marcellus, welcome. All right, guys, I'm going to try to get a good picture here of us holding our vision boards, because this is really cool, you know, posting things to your story that piques curiosity and lets people see, like, you know, you're on a fun team that does things together. You know, you're working on goals, you're going somewhere in life. We have a common goal, which is really cool. It's part of that camaraderie that brings us all so close. So I love you guys. Please continue to work on your vision boards. It's a living, breathing document. You know, you can do this on the computer and save it and change it as you accomplish things too throughout the year. So remember that. And
Landy,
go
ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I was just going to say, you guys, and don't sell yourself short, because the very first vision board that I ever did was in 2017 or 18. And I literally had on here a white van. And at the time we were renting a hyperbaric oxygen chamber, no thoughts of paying it off. And here we are. I have that white van for Jaden, and we paid off the hyperbaric chamber. So don't sell yourself short, because if you put it on your board, you can accomplish it. So I just wanted to share that.
Amen to
I
that.
didn't think I could, and we did. So you can do it.
You absolutely can. I love it. Thank you guys for all being on. And remember, just get with your sponsor, get your sheets turned in for the leadership bonus. And I encourage you to join our 90-day challenge if you are doing the leadership bonus, because it is going to help you hit those goals. So we will see you on the other side. Happy New Year. Peace out. Bye, guys. Love you.